Going to boxing fans, this is Kenneth being boxing. Let's speak boxing. May 4th, Canelo Alvarez is definitely up for the challenge. He's taking the challenge. He's taking on Austin Trout. More likely, it's going to happen on the undercard of Mayweather versus Guerrero fight, May 4th. MGM Grand, Las Vegas, Nevada. Austin Trout, he definitely earned his stripe. That's going to be a hell of a fight. He earned the stripe. He earned the opportunity. He earned the respect to go ahead and take on the young Mexican, young undefeated champ, Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez. Austin Trout looked good against Miguel Cotto, defeated Miguel Cotto in Madison Square Garden December 1st. Now, did he completely dominate him? I think it was a close fight. I don't agree with the judges' scorecards. I think Cotto won a little bit more rounds than he was given, but Austin Trout still hands down won that fight. He outboxed him, outclassed him, and just completely, outboxed him completely. Austin Trout is going to be the hardest opponent that Canelo Alvarez has ever faced. Now, I respect the fact that even though Cotto lost, Richard Schaefer and Golden Boy was still trying to line it up, against Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez hasn't had the best luck. Every time they lined up, Victor Ortiz, anytime they lined up Paul Williams, anytime they lined up any fights for him, so their plans always get messed up anytime it deals with Canelo Alvarez. But they still had, under consideration, they still wanted Miguel Cotto to take on Canelo Alvarez May 4th, which I respect the fact that even though I know fans always had that doubt in Canelo Alvarez, always feeling like Richard Schaefer and Golden Boy was babying him. And Canelo Alvarez is trying to make a movement, trying to prove, put a name out there for himself. And, the move that Richard Schaefer and Golden Boy was going to take, even though Cotto took back-to-back losses, if he was going to take that fight, yes, it'll be a good fight. Yes, it'll be competitive. Would it be fair? Would there be a disadvantage? I completely agree there would be a disadvantage. And Canelo Alvarez definitely knew that. Canelo stepped to the plate and he was just like, look, Cotto, I definitely want that fight later on in the future, but get Cotto a win underneath his belt, and then we'll go ahead and consider it. But as of right now, it's only right to take on Austin Trout, which is awesome, and that's completely different. Canelo was singing one story, and then Richard Schaefer was singing another story, and Richard Schaefer was just like, he was forced in a decision that he had to make, and that's rare in boxing. Usually the promoters go ahead and just tell the boxers what they say, but, Canelo was singing this different tune, what Richard Schaefer was singing. But anyways, that's going to be a hell of a fight. Canelo Alvarez versus Austin Trout. Austin Trout beat Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto beat Sugar Shane Mosley way back when. But Canelo only fought, last two fights, Josito Lopez and Sugar Shane Mosley. Josito Lopez had to move up 2 weight classes. He beat Victor Ortiz, had to move up another weight. He actually moved up a weight class to fight Victor Ortiz, and he had to move up another weight class to fight Canelo Alvarez, which he really didn't get no respect for that fight. And he took on Sugar Shane Mosley. Sugar Shane Mosley had back-to-back losses. Yeah, he just looked sloppy, And was he past his prime? Over the hill? He retired right after that fight. But anyways, which I hear he's going to fight more than likely probably Paulie Malignaggi, which is coming out of retirement. But I'll get into that some other time. But Canelo Alvarez really hasn't fought anybody. This is going to be his true test to take on a young, hungry opposition. And he's coming off a great victory. He looks good. He's fast. He's young. He's explosive. He knows how to box. He has power. He can definitely take a punch. His endurance is definitely there. What's my fight predictions? I say Canelo Alvarez to take this fight. Austin Trout, like I said, he's a hell of a fighter. I don't put nothing past Austin Trout whatsoever, but I just have Canelo pulling this off. With Canelo pulling this off, this might go ahead and line up Golden Boy Richard Schaefer's plans. Now, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is supposed to beat Robert Guerrero. Canelo Alvarez is supposed to beat Austin Trout. And I see Floyd Mayweather Jr. in September taking on Canelo Alvarez. That's the plans. But 2012, last year, 2012, major upsets. I'm really interested in seeing what's going on in 2013. But anyways, guys, this is Kenneth being boxing. Let me know what you guys think. Fight prediction. I have Mayweather beating Guerrero. I have Canelo Alvarez beating Austin Trout. Manny Pacquiao set to take on Marquez 5. But I'll create another video about that. sorry for the delay. It's just been, just resting, hanging out with the family, catching up with business, trying to get in the groove, getting back into the groove of things. Anyway, subscribe, friend request. Let me know what you guys think. Visit us on the web at www.sbmboxing.com. What do you guys think? Is Canelo Alverez versus Trout? Let me know what you guys' fight predictions are. Have a good one.